like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Oh, shuck it, duck it.
Good evening.
What's going on, y'all? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Hi.
My good brother is there. Miss Cozy TV, you're not in on your camera?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, there you go.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
Good. How are you all tonight?
All is well. All is well.
Good. Good to see
Good
you.
evening.
Good evening, Mr. Charlie Brown.
You know Mr. Charlie Brown?
No.
What? How you gonna know Charlie Brown? He's famous.
I heard. I haven't met him yet.
Well, ma'am, just a pleasure. Are you Miss Bowles?
No, sir.
Okay, I drink at night, so please work with me.
Miss Bowles will be on after a while. She'll be on for about 5-6 minutes, talking about her
Thank you, Greg.
campaign. So that'll be in a few minutes.
All right.
And now explain what's her capacity. Nobody discussed this. I don't think it's on the agenda.
She's a guest host today.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
Jamal put it in there that she was coming. I don't know whether you saw it or not.
No, I didn't see it. It's a pleasure to have you.
She's on one of the other shows.
Okay.
Be here.
Tell me a little bit about the other show you're on.
Score Bigger Dating on Fridays at 7:30.
8:30.
Okay.
8:30, excuse me.
Yeah,
I wanted to see you were awake, Julius.
Yeah, so I'm trying to print my my lineup for tonight. Everybody doing okay? Jamal, what's going on in your little neck of the woods? You look like you frozen, but I know you're not.
Yeah, I'm frozen because you was gonna try to talk about Charlie Brown. That's why I got you was gonna try to talk about Charlie, and I was not gonna
Jamal,
frozen. Yeah.
Jamal, listen, be nice, because you know what kind of person you are. You're a person who gives so much to this community and information and knowledge. If anyone that I'm going to take to lunch is you, and I want to let the people, and I spread the love. I have never met no one quite like you. You are willing to get up early in the morning and do what you need in this community. And a lot of people don't appreciate it. Shame on them. Shame on them. But I appreciate it, and Julius appreciate it. And now my new friend, what's your name? What your friends call you?
Cozy.
Cozy.
Cozy from New Jersey.
I love it. You can call me Chuck from Savannah, Georgia.
All right.
And she said she's gonna be she's gonna be a host all the time. She said that this is her first time. That what you had told me on Sunday. So you changing up?
No. When I saw the show, I've seen it a few times, but when I saw it last week, I didn't see emails, and I thought, wow, this would be. The topic was a few things, but this would be a great time for a female to chime in because I would love to hear how she would think. So when I saw Sunday at the comedy show, I said, why don't you guys have a female principal? Why? And you did mention that you do. So I was scrolling back and looking at some of the other shows, and I see that you absolutely do have.
We have 2 females.
Perspective. We have. If you got some content,
you're gonna run and hide now. That's what you're gonna do.
Well, no, I want her. If she got some content that she feels that need to be shared in this community, and make not only in this community, because people looking at us in California and looking at Texas, all over. We view different spots of the country and probably overseas. Please bring your content. We want to, again, when people fail, when community fails, there's only 2 reasons. Lack of information, lack of knowledge. If you give that to the viewing audience, the content, we'll love it.
Okay.
I received that. Jamal, I'm not flaking on you. I'm simply saying, I'm here.
And Julius told me, he said, Jamal, she ain't gonna last. She ain't gonna, that was Julius said she ain't gonna last, Jamal. She ain't gonna last.
Julius.
And I said, no, she will.
Number 1, Julius, did you say that?
Because she's Cozy TV, she's gonna do that.
I know this joker.
Yeah, see, you know him.
Oh.
You know him.
Oh.
No. I know that he jokes a lot from the very first
all
day
the time. That's what get him in trouble up time. Hey Terry, that's what get him in trouble all the time.
Whoa. Cozy
He's always in trouble with somebody or something because he always joking. Ruining friendships and everything else.
Julius, don't talk about my friend because he mean well and he do good. He is one of the best persons I know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome, sir.
I don't know what you paying Charlie Brown.
Oh no, he don't pay me nothing. This is nothing but pure love. And I don't want him to put I don't want him to put certain things out in the street.
Exactly.
I would never do anything like that to you, Charlie.
Julius just get me. Get me all worked up and things.
I know.
We got a lively show tonight. We got 2 guests coming on for brief appearances to talk about last night's election. That's candidate Lorraine Monica Bowles. She's running for the 8th District County Commission seat. And we also have the prevailing primary winner for the Democratic side for sheriff. He'll be coming on in a few minutes also to just say brief words and to tell y'all thank you. So our first subject, we're going to get right into it. Our first subject tonight is we're going to do a deep dive into those elections from last night, because last night it was a little bit fascinating and exciting for a minute. And then, the usual suspects won. I only had one disappointment last night, and that was and somebody that we've been showcasing here. I wasn't working for her; she was just advertising on here. If I was working for her, she probably wouldn't allow us. But that was the only upset that I saw for last night, and that was to Judge Katie Brewington. She's a judge in Pula, but she was running for the state court, Recorder's Court,
Magistrate Court.
Magistrate Court position.
Magistrate Court.
And she just happened to have lost last night against.
But Jude, she
was an open seat.
She ran a good race because she didn't lose by a lot.
Right.
And I noticed that was a nonpartisan race because a lot of people got puzzled because some people went in wanted to vote like an independent. And when they say, well, you can vote nonpartisan, and when they decided to vote nonpartisan, what took place when they went in, they couldn't vote nothing for the judges. They couldn't vote on nobody on the Democrat side. They couldn't vote nobody on the Republican side. All they could do is vote for the judges, because the judges' race was a nonpartisan. The other races was partisan race, Democrat and Republican.
Yes,
and I'm letting some of the viewing audience know exactly what happened, because they was real puzzled about why they couldn't vote for nothing else after they went nonpartisan.
Well, she lost about 24.
Your voice.
Huh?
Okay.
She lost about 2,400 votes. It was like 14 something to 11 something. 14-1 to 11-7. So that's 2,400 votes. She ran a great campaign. She'll be back. She's still a judge. So we'll go from there. But we had some interesting races last night. Any that stuck out to you, Charlie?
One particular one I thought was really interesting. The sheriff race was real interesting. That, a lot of the mud was slung and everything about it. And it was close. I really thought Ricky Coleman was going to win, but I didn't know the guy going to garner that many votes. So negativity took over part of that race, and probably some of his votes probably came from being very negative. But Julie, you and I discussed, anytime you get into politics, you have to have tough skin. I tell people you got to have alligator hide and elephant skin, because they bring and throw dirt at you, and that's just the way it is.
And if you don't have that, don't get into the race. Anything stuck out for you, Jamal?
Well, it's going to be what's about to happen with our DA, who we did support, that's Shalana Cook-Jones. That I suspect what's about to happen is that it's going to get dirty, it's going to get ugly, that the Republicans are going to get nasty about this. And just like how the Republicans have gone and said that Black folks identify with Donald Trump, with all the stuff that he's gone through, that I'm expecting Black folks to not identify with Shalana Cook-Jones when they get nasty about her. Because see, why are we going to be talking this craziness about we can identify with Donald Trump, somebody who basically advocates and causes people to have issues with us and discriminate against us, and then we're not going to rise up to the challenge when they do that to Shalana Cook-Jones? Just be on the outlook, because if they already did that the first time with Meg Heath, what do you expect right now? They're going to get nasty, and Black folks cannot be sitting quiet and sitting silent and say, oh, we got to be nice. Black folks going to need to be outraged by what's about to happen, because I was outraged by even some of the stuff I saw about Richard Coleman. Like, why do we let people use us like that? But that's another story for another day time.
Yeah. You know, what one of the things that Julius and I yesterday, we was out, saw the canvassing the different precincts. And one of the things that both of us noticed over lunch, we stated that we saw voter apathy. We saw so many people did not vote yesterday, and George and I was completely shocked.
Yeah.
And we turned and said, "Did you vote early?" They said, "Oh, I didn't know it was election day," and we was completely surprised about that.
Well, we're gonna bring our guest on. She's gonna be here a few minutes talking to us. Let's put her in the center there. Okay.
Hi there. Hi, everybody.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad y'all hear this important conversation. I heard you say that people perish for the lack of knowledge.
That's true. That's true, ma'am.
That's right. And so, you know, when you were talking about people who chose a non-partisan and then a ballot and then couldn't vote for the judges. And so, you know,
right.
That's the kind of knowledge like that. I think they would have wanted to make decisions because this election is so important about, you know, your local issues.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to come on and say thank you immensely to my supporters, those who took the time to come out to vote. I know we came out to vote in March and we came out now in May, and then now we're gonna have to come out again. I am gonna continue to need your support, but I wanted to thank all the voters. I wanted to thank my support team. My campaign team was awesome, okay? And I owe it to all of them, where I sit today. So thank you. Thank you for this.
Thank you for willing to come on the show and talk with us. Is this your first time in politics?
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what pushed over the top, though, Charlie. She had this big interview on the Watchdogs on Saturday, and that's what really pushed over the top to give her that 15 vote edge on the rest of the candidates. You know?
Yeah, that was important. That was important. I enjoyed the conversation because we got to talking about things that, you know, you might forget, or, you know, things that are important to the voters and they want to hear about. So I'm glad. Thank you for that opportunity.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell the people? We know the race is what, June 18th.
Yes.
And it's in 4 weeks from yesterday. 4 weeks.
Quick.
So you got to get out and vote. We got a lot of work to do. And you just tell the people what you want to tell.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, people are making decisions about whether you get a grocery store, a park, all kinds of things. So the things that we said, why can't we have? You can, if you put the right people in the seat who understand the issues and support your issues, because they might understand them, but they might not be in lockstep with you. Yesterday, I voted against something that would adversely affect the weeping time. I wasn't against the project. I was just against the location, right? So, you know, they need to show up. People came up, and it wasn't a whole lot of people who came to the MPC meeting on Tuesday. But I thought it was important enough to come off the campaign trail, go and sit in my seat at MPC and vote no in this particular case. So we have to make sure that issue passed. Let me say that project passed. So you have to make sure that you show up at City Council and voice your opinion about that, whether you support it or you don't support it.
In your case, it'd be county.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have 4 or 5 neighborhoods in the city of Savannah. So they need to go in and make their voices heard at City Council. I've been to all the City Council meetings too. So I hear what they're saying in other cities as well.
So you against you support the Weeping Time project?
Absolutely. It's our history, and it's not African American history. It's not just African American history. Mm-hmm. It is American history,
right?
Because this is how our nation was built, right? Mm-hmm. From people who were sold that day, right? Mm-hmm. And think about the people who didn't survive long after that, or people who never made it to the Weeping Time. How about that? So we need to honor and cherish that history and tell our story. It's being told, not necessarily the way we want to and by who we want to tell it. So we need to make sure we step up. Come out and vote. You need to vote June 18th.
Okay. So this is anybody got any questions before we let her go and get to our next?
Yeah, I just got one particular question. I'm a little bit puzzled. The 8th district cover what area you cover? Give me an idea of what the 8th district cover, because again, I'm a little bit puzzled.
Okay, no problem. Let's all of West Savannah, so West Chatham. We're talking about West Savannah, Cloverdale, Carver Village, Brickyard, Woodville, Hudson Hill, Garden City, Port Wentworth, and parts of Pooler.
So you really need to get these people out to vote, because some people don't think they can even vote for you who did not vote. And you know what you need to let them know too?
Yes,
Just
sir.
because they didn't vote in this election, they're registered voters, they can come and vote in the runoff now.
Absolutely.
So they need to know that.
Absolutely, they can. Because when decisions are being made, we need to know that the people, their voices were heard. So if only a few people vote, those are the voices that are heard. If you care about your community, you need to come out on June 18th. And I'm asking you to vote for Lorene Monica Bowles, District 8, but please come out and vote. It's very important. And, someone said to me, and this was, it's been a while back before I even thought about politics. It said, you've all heard this, you're more likely to run into someone who's a planner and planning for your city, what your city's going to look like, or you might run into a judge. In some cases, you might need one in magistrate court. You might need one to probate a will that your family had. You'll meet any of those people before you meet the President of the United States. So yes, and vote for the President of the United States too, right? But absolutely vote for your local politicians.
Okay.
Anybody else? Jamal might want to say something, but I just want to say, Miss Bowles, you're absolutely right. All politics start local.
Absolutely.
Just keep that in mind. We want to jump the curve and go to national, but all start local.
That's right.
Good
Absolutely.
point.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? Got any questions for her? We'll have her back in a couple of weeks, see how it's going on the campaign trail. Did you ask for volunteers and donations and all that? How did they get in touch?
I do need that. I have a Facebook page, Lorene Monica Bowles for District 8. And there's a link to donate there. There are opportunities to volunteer. You can message me. My phone number is on there. Call me. Just reach out. I'd love to hear from you.
Okay. This is you here.
Yep, that's right. That's me.
Okay. Y'all
Go ahead, Jamal.
Yes.
What's the best high school in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia?
The high school you went to. No.
Yeah.
You got it right.
Yeah. Support her. She's an intelligent person. She's intelligent. That's right. That's right. She's intelligent. Vote for her.
That's right.
I wanna say thank you for coming tonight, and again, congratulations. You in the runoff, and I guess the voters out there, you just say exactly where the county cover. So they need to look out for you, and you need to go out there and wear out a couple pair of shoes now.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right. So we'll be right back with our next candidate who won his primary last night, and he'll be in the November general election. We'll be right back with him in about 1 minute. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Y'all stand right by. We'll be right back. See you later, Ms. Bowles.
Thank you so much.
Have you ever experienced a Juneteenth event? Come out to Port Wentworth and celebrate our second annual Juneteenth Festival. Friday, June 21st from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. Come enjoy our music, our food, our heritage, our culture, and our history. It will be plenty of fun for everyone. Juneteenth is American history. It's a day that we celebrate and remember. It's a day that we look back, but more importantly, a day that we look forward. Join us this June.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
Oh, wow. Now we got the sheriff candidate up. Can you hear us, sir?
I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. We congratulations on your primary victory last night. We know that you're going to the general election first Tuesday in November.
Yes.
We're happy that you're in the race, and tell us what you want to tell us.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. We're just excited about moving forward in this election. We're looking forward to the general election, and we just want to stay consistent in our efforts to get out here and win this race, stay in front of the constituents, keep putting boots to the ground and everything else that we need to do to make this campaign a successful one.
Awesome. So when this election, I said first Tuesday in November, and so you got what?
Correct.
5 months.
About 5 months. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're about 5 months to get out there, like I said, and just stay consistent and keep doing what we're doing. The people have spoken in the primary, and I am the people's choice, and we want to make sure that choice continues on into November.
Okay, Ms. Cozy, you got any questions for our candidate for sheriff?
I don't. I will tell you, I should have said this up top, Mr. Charlie Brown. I'm new to Savannah. I've been here 3 years, again from New Jersey. This year, I finally decided to immerse myself into the Black culture. I have to be honest, I was a little disenchanted when I first came. But now I'm on board and I want to learn more. And I have my wonderful.
I'll cut you off for a minute, but you'll probably learn a lot more by listening to a person like me, because I'm going to be straight and educate you in every shape and form. We do have a problem with the Black culture, and we'll discuss that a little later on, because we need to go out and vote more. But again, it's about the sheriff being here. Congratulations, Sheriff Coleman. You don't mind if I call you that? I'll just call you Sheriff or Chief. Either one will fit the bill for now.
Either one.
You ran a very good, clean race on your part. I have to compliment you. I can see he's fading away, but I hope the voters is not fading away.
You got a bad internet connection.
Yeah. But I was just going to add, is he back? Oh, one of the things I wanted to say to you, what are some of the platforms that you're running on? Just give us a couple that matter to the community, because we're a lot unhappy with certain things going on. So give me 2 key platforms that you can share with the viewing audience, for us.
Well, one key, the first one would definitely be improved jail conditions. And under that title, under that platform, it's just so many issues. Number one, we have to tackle staffing, right? There's about 200 deputy shortage there, 200 personnel there. And what happens when you have a shortage like that? At times, there's a lack of oversight. What? It causes situations not to be handled accordingly, because you don't have the personnel to see it when it happens, to possibly prevent when it happens, and moving forward with things like that. So we got to address staffing. We've got to address visitation. The sheriff made about $400,000 off of satellite visitation. We know that jail has about 80% African Americans in that jail. And so the money that you're getting off of that visitation, that satellite visitation, is coming from African Americans, people who can't really afford this visitation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the old school of allowing people to come out there at no cost and see their loved ones during visitation hours and visitation days. And then we also got to get accountability for that $400,000 that was taken in. Inmate death is a big issue. There's a lot of complaints coming out of the community about
how these inmates are dying at this jail, what's really going on. They're being transported to the hospital with no accountability. Families are upset. So these type of things that we definitely have to look into when we talk about improved jail conditions, rehabilitation programs. You know, what are we doing to reform individuals, right? And so, you know, as a collective group of concerns, that all falls under improving these jail conditions. Secondly, we got to talk about the mental health. Savannah or Chatham County is the Southeast regional leader in mental health, as being the mental health provider. That's a big problem. These people don't need incarceration; they need treatment. Like I say, we want to have a situation where officers are able to identify these people, understanding that the person that they're dealing with has some type of mental issue going on. And so, we got to address these type things where we talk about diversionary programs, getting these people into these treatment centers and out of the jail.
I think that was pretty. What happened? I think that
he lost
connection, probably.
Bad connection.
Yeah, he got some good pointers in there.
He'll be right back, and then we'll let him give his closing with. And Jamal, if you got a question, you can ask.
It's not a question, but it's a statement that Chief Coleman says something. But I am going to ask him a question. But Chief Coleman says something that talked about this Chatham County Jail. That people don't realize, Cook County Jail at one time was classified as the largest mental health facility in the country. Cook County Jail. So jails serve essentially as mental health facilities, and people don't realize that. So when we are now voting on some of this right here, and you talk about your loved ones, people talk about the importance of mental health and all, and I hear people go and talk about this all the time. But I'm like saying, you don't realize that the jails where you all are located at are the largest mental health facilities around, and they don't get the support. They don't have the to really handle like it should. And so when he said that, I'm saying anybody out there need to be in tune to that right there. So I'm like, yeah. So again, I just threw out in Chicago, Cook County Jail is still classified as one of the largest mental health providers in the entire United States. So you all are. And so I'll now ask this question of Chief Coleman. What's the thoughts of Nadra Nia Enzi?
Nadra Enzi?
Yes, sir.
Say that one more time for me, Dr. Ray.
Nadra Nia Enzi. What's your thoughts about him? Yeah.
He's a good man. He's a good man, Dr. Jamal. He's a good man. He's a good man and a good friend. He's one of my biggest critics, but one of my biggest supporters at the same time.
Jamal, we appreciate you, Jamal. Listen, I got one more brief thing to ask you. Do you have plans for a second kickoff? Because normally tradition in the fall, Labor Day weekend is the kickoff of the campaigning again. So you got something planned for a big kickoff or a re-announcing on Labor Day weekend?
I'm doing that here on the most popular broadcasting here in Chatham County, Our Black Media. So I'm announcing right now that I'm Richard Coleman. I'm your choice as a Democratic candidate for the general election in November, and I'm announcing right here on Our Black Media that I'm running for sheriff of Chatham County, and I'm your choice. That's my big kickoff, John.
Okay, well, the reason I asked that, because a lot of times this is very big. The reason I asked you that question because it's so.
Yes, sir.
You have to sort of regenerate the people like a cattle prod to shock them. So that Labor Day weekend, it's a big kickoff, but you already announced it. But be sure you plan something to let the people know you are running.
Absolutely.
Before they forget.
Yeah.
And don't forget the most important thing. I didn't tell Miss Bowles. You know the most important thing? When you run into people, ask them for their vote. Ask them because you want their vote.
Yes.
That's all I need to say.
I will definitely make sure that I take in. I hope there's no fee to that intellectual property you just gave me, but I will definitely hold that close to me.
You're just too kind. But what you can do for me is that take me out to breakfast, and I appreciate that. And be sure to take my friend, it's easy, along with you, Jamal. And whatever whatever Jamal wants, be sure he gets it.
It's on me. It's on me.
I'm coming too.
I promise you that. Absolutely. All are welcome.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
You ran a great campaign. You look like a leader. And I think this community is going to have a great sheriff when you're elected. And all I can say is that plan your work and work your plan and do what you need to do. I've been around this county a long time, and it's time for a change. And again, I'm not getting paid for this. I know people know I'm a paid consultant, but you came to me, you talked to me, and I told you I don't have the knees I had at one point. But I still have a mind. And I'm telling people you'll do a good job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm glad you are now understand that we don't go with that old stuff about Labor Day. Ain't shit happening in Labor Day. We're starting right now, today.
Today.
About no damn Labor.
No.
You're speaking right now.
No.
We ain't thinking about Labor Day.
No, you undermining the situation. No. I want to allow you. I want to allow you to undermine it.
Right now.
I'm telling you, you have to
rephrase
you.
Hold on. You can't talk while other people talk. You had your chance. You told him Labor Day. I told him we ain't worrying about no Labor Day. What he told you? It starts today. We ain't worrying about no kickoff in Labor Day. We kicked off the other day. The other day, not Labor Day.
You are absolutely right. But when I was stating the fact, you're not stating it. I'm stating it. There's a second kickoff. He announced his candidacy. I expect for him to keep running the whole summer, the whole damn summer. But I'm telling you, the impact on Labor Day, what you gonna do is have another launching to let people know you're serious about the election. Don't you dare undermine me when it.
Yes, sir.
Didn't he just say that you got to have tough skin and elephant hide? He in politics. He can't give advice that he not gonna use. So, brother Coleman.
Yes, sir.
Kick your campaign off, man. We run
straight.
Pedal to the metal, all the way to the door. Ain't nobody trying to undermine him. We just think new. We don't think that old shit no more. We thinking all the way to the door. All the way to the door is your campaign. Ain't no second kickoff. It's one kickoff, and we going all the way. All right?
All right.
He look at him. He crying. Look at him crying because he don't like nobody to tell him nothing. That's why I got him here, because he crying. Look at him. Go on off the stage if you want to. Yeah, nobody got time for you giving advice and ain't gonna use it. But that's what we do here on the Rabble.
Understood.
Yeah, so here you go. He crying.
But he's still talking.
Yeah. Okay. You settle down. Let Mr. Coleman go, then you can have whatever you want to say. Okay. So Ricky, tell us what you want to say for the last minute, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna have the rest of our show. We got a great show coming up.
Well, again, guys, thank you for having me. Dr. Torre, it's always a pleasure. Madam, it's always a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
The magnificent Charlie Brown is always a pleasure. And then the undeniable Mr. Julius Hall is always a pleasure. Look, we're just going to keep moving forward with this campaign. If anything, we're going to get stronger and stronger all the way to November. I still encourage the people to come out and vote and support me. Change is needed in that office. And as I always tell people that I am that change that's needed to move forward in that office. We're not just running to be the first back and to be the first there. We're running to actually serve the citizens of Chatham County, to meet the needs of these communities and meet the needs of people with the representation that they actually need from these seats and these offices. And so I encourage you to continue to vote. I thank everyone who has voted for me thus far. And please continue to join me as we move forward into November, and let's bring this thing on home. And like I always tell people, I can't do it by myself, but together we can. God bless you all. Thank you.
All right. We're happy to have you here. We got 1,852 people watching, and we want to make sure that they all share. We want to make sure that they all know, go out and vote. We want them to understand this is a presidential election, so come on out and vote. It gets the voter turnout gets to be a little bit larger during the presidential election. So
and that's simply what all I was trying to say. It wasn't about just Ricky. I was letting them know, no, you're not fair. And it's not that I don't have alligator skin and elephant hide. You are undermining.
We got a candidate on here right now that
you're undermining the
Ricky. We'll get with you next time. Get on off if you want to get off, because we ain't got time for you to be soft and be in your feelings, man. Nobody got time for that. Anyway, get off. You a little baby.
I do have one question.
Yeah, she got one more question for you.
Are you a native?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Thunderbolt. Let me see. Thunderbolt Elementary School, Raymar Junior Academy. I don't know if many people remember Raymar Junior Academy. Raymar Junior Academy, 37th Street School. And from there to Leroy Myers Middle School. Then and I know Dr. Jamal gonna get on me about this here because he's doing his Indian job already. But I'm an Adam Smasher from about a mile over. It's Saul C. Johnson High School.
So I know I was doing a chomp Myers Gator. I was doing a chomp.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, right.
I'm letting you slide. I chomp Myers.
Yes, sir.
Myers in the
Come
house.
on now. Yes, sir.
Right. Myers in the house.
Salute. Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am.
Anyway,
All right,
brother Coleman, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
We didn't want you to get into the Rabble mix. You know, we usually get that there about mid-show with Charlie always getting his feelings about every damn thing somebody say to him. Nobody don't care whether you get in your feelings. He's too old school. He don't want to learn and don't want to listen. He don't want to evolve. You know, and so and you told him right. I'm starting today. I ain't waiting no damn September. It's today. You know, that's why most people lose, because they wait too long.
They wait too long.
They thinking, oh, I gotta wait till a certain date. Hell no, it started today. I'm going to talk to the people. I'm going to shake hands. I'm going to kiss babies. I'm going to do everything I need to do to win this election.
Absolutely. In fact, I just finished canvassing before I came out here. So we hit 3 communities today. Yeah.
That's good. Great. Great. Keep it up, and we'll see what's going on. And good luck, my brother.
Thank y'all so much.
We'll have you back in a couple of weeks and get an update on what's going on the campaign trail. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right.
We'll be right back after this commercial break, and then we're gonna get into our show real quick, lad.
I never got the point of happy wife, happy life. You hear it growing up and it conditions you to think as long as a woman is happy, all will be well. And then you grow up in a generation where women strive to do exactly that, make sure that they are happy above all else, including above their partner. To live by happy wife, happy life is selfish. To live by happy spouse, happy house is love. And now it confuses me to think why a woman would put her happiness above anybody else when she asks for a leader, a provider, a protector, all in one, to be loyal and to serve according to her emotions and necessities. Seems like a big responsibility to take on a wife. It almost sounds like a child. To be taken care of, to be paid attention to be coddled and loved, and never wanting to seem like she's giving too much, because then who are you to tell her anything? To have enough sexual experience to please her in the bed, but now you have to compete with all the men that have already left their mark in her, and it's not just one, and it's not just two, and it's not just three. And it doesn't stop there. You have to look her type, act her type, and most of the time she wants a little bit of hood and a little bit of holy. But if you act too holy, you're seen as weak, and if you act too hood, it comes across as you're too aggressive. She wants a man that will spoil her and treat her like a princess, to be called queen but have no class when the words out her mouth are disrespectful as soon as it doesn't go her way. But you must be patient and you must be graceful with her. And the irony of all that I say about this is that she wants to come as she is. It sounds like she's looking for the love of God in men.
You must have ain't told Cozy she need to stay on here. Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it was missing. I apologize.
Okay. And I'm glad that you Sandra had work to do, and we got two ladies on here, and Sandra had work to do, and Tiffany had a called meeting. She's an elected official in Athens, right, Jamal?
Yes.
All right. And so neither one of the females, but I wanted to get a female perspective. So I was glad that Jamal had you coming on.
Absolutely.
So we get happy life, happy wife, happy life. And that is a saying that all the men used to always say, well, keep the wife happy, you have a happy wife, happy life. But I like her saying, happy spouse, happy house.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And, because it works both ways, where you got the people to say, I want to make the female happy, and the male, the female saying, I want to make my male, right. Yeah. So what's your thoughts?
I agree. I absolutely agree. It's not just one-sided. I think where that was birthed from, happy wife, happy life, I'm sure it has a lot to do with us being very emotional, or mainly emotional. And I guess emotional. What do we call that thing women get? PMS, all that stuff. We tend to act out emotionally. And so some men take the position of, yes, dear, I'll keep quiet, whatever she says, to keep the peace. It's cute when you're thinking of it in a cheeky way, but no, that's not how it goes. It goes both ways, 50-50, or really, I like to say 100-100. Yeah, I agree with her. Happy spouse, happy house. For sure.
Okay. And Jamal?
I tend to go and say that it's about us working together, being together, and supporting one another, and not getting caught up into. And I tell folks, what happened for many of us, that we get caught into these other values. People go and say that men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and that causes us to be separate. I'm saying African people, Black folks, we can't be like that, and that's not how we supposed to function. We come together, and especially when you got people coming at you all the time, you make sure you're together, so we don't get caught into their statements and how they function.
But does that mean separateness or difference?
What you said means separateness.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Does that mean a separation of us, or that we really are wired differently?
From the understanding that I get is that, again, that we function with regards to different mindsets. When I'm like saying, no, men have a feminine concept within them, a mindset within them, and women the same thing. And so that's why, again, we are produced by both. And so that spirit is within us. And so that Europeans are the ones who come with that. Again, it's always about division. I tell people African-centered perspective is that we see unity. We see how we come together. We work to come together as opposed to people always being separate. And that, and which comes down to now, maybe go to another level. It comes down to the greed factor that you are all selfish. The greed factor is that it's always about me. It's about I got control of that. And so again, it's about who's better than the other. And no, it's not. You are a team. That's why the Most High. And if you're spiritual, the Most High created you. The Most High goes and said, I created y'all to work together. But then guess what? We let men and women who are evil cause us to be separate. And guess what? And now I'll take it to another level too. And that's what oppressors like. Oppressors like that. Oppressors are the ones that help bandy and put that stuff out there. Because I ain't never got to worry about y'all coming together if I know y'all always going to be at odds with one another.
Correct.
You know, and we see they do it, and it's not just with regards to men and women, but it's also done with regards to parents and children. We go and see that, you know. So yeah, and they play off of that. When you actually go and think about it, you like saying, nah, we have been there. You got grandparents raising grandchildren. So how can there be a generational gap when you got grandparents and great grands raising grandchildren? Those children are learning the values of. Like we hear that, and we manifest that craziness right there. And then women coming together, that's how we survive. You know, that's what made it possible. It wasn't just one, it was both of us right there.
I agree. Your sound keeps going in and out, by the way.
Oh, really?
That's because he's backing up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? No, I don't think. I think it's the microphone system that's on here because just like people said, person when they said Julia's so mean to Charlie. So that's what, yeah. So.
Yeah, I better watch what I say to you then, because you might get in your feelings and go off too.
That's right. That's right. I'll prove it. I'll show you right now. I'll show you right now.
Or you with Charlie.
That's right. I'm down with Charlie.
Oh, Charlie needs to stop being so soft. Anyway, we
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about happy wife, happy? I like the happy spouse, happy house, because it takes two. Because if you're just trying to make the wife happy and you're not happy, then it's not going to be a happy house.
It's not a balance.
So
right?
happy spouse, happy house. You do what is necessary to make everybody happy. You got to coexist in that house. So you might as well do what you need to do to make things work. You know, it's just, hey, relationships is hard these days. You know, they make it hard, but it can be easy if you work together. You know, one thing that I do see, and that is that if you look, and especially in the African American community, you have a whole lot. We don't live with each other, you know, but all the other races,
three generations,
they live with each other. They live. The sons are still there. You know, until they are able to get out and get on their own, and that's part of the problem. We want too much privacy. We want to be able to say we can't get along with each other, we can't get along with each other, so I got to have my own place. But you can't even afford it on your own place. You know what I'm saying? But if you stayed home, you could save your money until you're able to get your own place. That's what they do in other communities.
They do.
You know,
and when they move out, they buy.
Okay.
Everybody want to get their freak on and suck toes and nibble on stuff, you know. So they don't want to live with nobody, you know. And then I ain't gonna have no dog live with me, so you can't bring your damn dog in my house. So that's another problem with me. You know, you could come stay, but the dog ain't. What you saying, Jamal? You had something to say before we're done?
I was gonna say that, and again, it goes right back to that. No, that has been a part of our experience, and even today, people, because again, I'll say that there are parents and adult children.
Oh, I'm not.
And grandchildren all in the house together. And now one example just gonna say there are some medical doctors that I know that again, and I have to go and say it's based on your family. It's based on your family. And so that's what it comes. Well, I'm talking about black folks. I'm talking they're black folks right now, born in the United States, born right here in Savannah, born in Georgia, South Carolina, and guess what? You got medical doctors who they live in the community, and you got the parents, the grandparents, the parents all right there, and you find others doing it. It's just that what happened, a lot of times people don't talk about those people like that. They don't talk about some of us, because that has been a part of my experience. That's how it is with us, in my families, and that's why I say it. But I also go and see other families that do it, but then we showcase it. And so, and I don't know, it wasn't here. Somebody said something about, what we do, social media controls how many of us think. Some of us are so depressed with social media because we look at stuff, we look at IG and all this other stuff like that, and we think that's how people living. And then so when that's not us, we feel bad. So that's why I'm going to say that becomes that self-fulfilling prophecy when guess what? You have folks you got 3 generations in one house. So that's why I'm just going to say, I know, And so somebody else, I just saw somebody, they just was saying something else too. They want to know, are you going to apologize to Charlie? Wow. They're on it.
If that person with the Donald Trump flag thought that I was wrong, then yes, I would. But I know that I wasn't because see, on the Rabble, you have to be able to take it. Just because you said something don't mean it's right. You got a right to say whatever you want to say. And then that person has a right to come back and say whatever they want to say. You don't have a right to come back and challenge what they said to you, and then it goes on forever. No, you got to have tough skin, the elephant hide and alligator skin. What's up, Bernard?
Hey, what's up, my people? Hey, normally y'all know me. I normally don't. What's up, Jamal? What's up? I can't.
All right.
It's cozy.
I don't come on if I'm in the car or whatever, but I'm in Savannah, Georgia, and I had to come on. And no, this is Jamal and the Rabble. No, that ain't Mr. Brown at the bottom. And I got James in the back. Hey, nephew. And my nephew in the front seat. But I want to say this here. As long as we do what we need to do, y'all, on our black media, it don't matter what other people think. It don't. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what other people think. It's about loving. It's about caring. And I just left West Savannah, Jewish, and man, I did more crying than just like celebrating. Because if you're not originally from Savannah, Georgia, then you really don't know. Okay? If you was born in Savannah, Georgia, then you know how much we love Savannah, Georgia. And I'm gonna say this here. And then whoever gonna take it the wrong way, I don't care. You got people like Van Johnson. You got people like City Hall. Really, only thing they care about is the brown paper bag. He's not from Savannah, Georgia. He from New York City. He think he Hollywood, but he not Hollywood. And I'm gonna go say this to the day I die. As long as y'all do what y'all continue to do, Jewish and Jamal and the young lady. I can't see you, but I'm just saying, don't worry about what people saying behind your back because they're too scared to say what they want to say in your face. So at the end of the day, hey, God got us. We're going to keep doing what we're going to do. And if you don't like it, it don't matter. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I got Ike right here want to say something.
Hey, even I hear what my brother's saying. I love him to death. But if we don't give Van Johnson the chance to change, how are we going to change? We also have to put that on ourselves as well. Hey, how you doing? We also have to put that on ourselves as well. Because if anybody out there to say, oh, I don't like Van Johnson, at the same time, that says a lot about us if we're not willing to pray for Van Johnson. Because how you know that Van Johnson ain't saying the same thing about us? We might need to change. We might need to change as well. So we can't put that ownership just on one person to change, even if that one person not doing the right thing. Who's to say that we're not doing the right thing as well? So if so, we all have to change as a community, change as a person. So I don't know Van, but I hear a lot on what you guys be saying on the show. But at the same time, we can't put that ownership on him and say, well, Van ain't doing this, Van ain't doing that. If we not putting that in his ear, which I'm quite sure y'all do, if we not putting that in his ear to change, then that put the ownership back on us. Because if you putting that in his ear, if you putting that in his ear to change, and if nothing don't change, then hey, guess what? You did your part.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You did your part.
We appreciate that, brother. Let me speak to Bernard real quick.
Brother Jamal, love you, boy.
Love you too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't
Yes,
go
sir.
nowhere, James. I want
Da, 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 da,
James.
da, da, da. Jamal, you know I love you, boy.
That's
James,
right. Same here. Same
Bernard,
here.
wants to go nowhere. Bernard, don't let him drink no more tonight.
Hey,
because 16 years of praying for Van Johnson is
trust
over.
me.
He done
Dude.
had too long already,
That's
and his is 20 years. So
That's
the
it.
praying is over. We always talk about let's pray for somebody. When those people ain't gonna change, you can't pray for the devil.
No. I'm here. Hey, Jew, hey, let me handle this, Jew. Let me handle this here. Let me tell you about Ike. I don't give a damn what he said. Y'all political correct. Don't listen to him. Let me tell you about Van. He ain't no good. He need to go back to New York City. He don't care about no damn body but himself. At the end of the day, I don't give a damn what Ike's saying. At the end of the day, and I ain't gonna do. And hey, you know Jamal and Miss Lady. I don't want to hear what he got to say. Y'all listen to what I got to say. That is a no good Negro, and I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later, and we out of here.
All right. You done been praying for 16, 20 years now, going on 20 years. What we got to keep praying for that for? 20, wait a minute. 21
That's how long he's been in office?
Yeah, 21 years. And hell, if your prayers ain't answered in 21 years, hell, they ain't got but a couple of more. It's too late now. That means your God ain't been listening to you. Yeah. So let's get on to our next.
Didn't know that.
This is a very interesting one, and I want y'all to really expound on this because this is interesting here.
Our Americans coming over here being nasty, doing nasty things, and being bad to the locals. Now let me flip the fucking script, okay? Let's talk about the fact that we get abused over here too. The thing about Ghana is stop crying victim. Stop crying victim, because y'all cheat us out of a lot of stuff. Y'all invited us to come home, which by the thousands we did. We came running to Ghana. People sold their homes, moved out of their apartments, sold everything. Some people packed up containers and moved over here just to get over here and realize this is not our home. Y'all call us foreigners. Ghanaians call us that. We didn't make that word up. We didn't start calling ourselves that. We don't know that that's what y'all call the white people and the Chinese because we're not around them. But we know that that's what y'all call us. I ain't never heard the word before, Toby, till I came to Ghana. Okay. Y'all invite us home. Let's talk about what y'all do to us. Starting from the fucking before we get to the airport, we gotta have a visa that we pay for to even enter our home. We pay all this money for passports and visas to get here. We get to the airport, and as soon as you see a fucking blue passport, everybody's coming for us. Can you give me something small at the COVID place? You get to immigration. Can you give me something small? You get to baggage. Can you give me something small? A person grabbed a damn cart and put my bag on it and got mad because I gave him $5 because I only had hundreds, because you come over here with hundreds to get the best, cash in rate. How about he looked at that and said, I don't want that. I said, what you mean you don't want it? I said, I want to know, what did you expect me to give you? He said $10. I said, so you want me to give you over 100 CDs for picking up a bag, putting it in a cart? He don't know this is like my 5th time coming through the airport. I have never seen nowhere in any country or state where people have openly, it says $60 for foreigners, $30 for locals, okay? You go to Cocoon Park, and I don't remember the price. Let's say $200 for foreigners, because that's what y'all call us, $40 for locals. You go to the castle, it's $60 for foreigners, $10 for locals. I ain't never seen that nowhere. I ain't never went nowhere in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada where it said you pay, if you a local, if you're from here, you pay $3 for a Coca-Cola, but if you're a foreigner, you pay $8 for a Coca-Cola. I ain't never seen that nowhere, except Ghana. Nobody in the airport has ever asked me for no money for nothing. I have only seen that in Ghana. Now let's talk about the fact that y'all welcomed us home and how this process looks to me. According to y'all, the ones of us that were stolen, so let's talk about the process of coming home. We got stolen from our mother, our birth mother and father. 20 years later, we're probably 26 years old now. Our mother finds us and she said, baby, y'all come home. I miss you. Come back home. Get out them streets where they don't love you at and come home. So we drive, take a taxi, however we get to our mother's address. We get there. But before she let us come through the door, she says, oh, welcome home. But before you come in, can you pay me $300 to enter the door? That's the visa to come home. So, okay, we happy to be home. So we paid $300 to our mother to step foot in her house because we're excited to be home to the motherland, okay? We get in there, and now it's dinner time. And she has plates on the table for the kids that grew up in the house, and she has a plate on the table for me and my sister who was stolen years ago. And she says, oh, my daughters, because you didn't grow up here, my children get to eat free that grew up here, but because you were stolen and you're just coming back, I have to charge you $20 for a plate. So me and my sister, we're so happy to be home. We're confused. We pay her $20 for a plate. Okay? That's the cocoon shit. That's y'all giving us different prices for shit. Okay? Now we're at our mother's house and we're enjoying being there. We see something's a little weird, but we enjoy being back home with our mother. We decide we want to stay. And she goes, oh, you want to stay a little longer? You're going to have to pay me $1,000 every year to stay here. That's the residency. Now we're paying her for residency, even though she invited us home after we were stolen from her. Okay? Now we pay the residency. And then we decide, you know what? We want to get on the birth certificate. We kind of like it here. It's a little weird, but we comfortable enough to stay here. And she tells us, oh, in order for you to stay here, I have to put my name on your birth certificate. That's going to be $3,000 each, please. And then I will put your name on the birth certificate and you will become a family member. That's the citizenship. That's the citizenship. So how are we home if we got to pay y'all? Why aren't the visas free if this is home? Why don't you make this visa free for us? If this is home, why do we have to pay to be a resident? If this is home, why isn't our citizenship automatically given to us?
She's correct.
Hey, I saw this. I saw several of them. It was like 4 or 5 of them talking about the same thing. Mm-hmm. People, blacks complaining about. Yep. Well, African Americans that went back to Africa and they're complaining that we're treated worse than we're being treated over here. And I said, well, I picked that one. And I said, I'll just pick. It was another one like 6 minutes, another one 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I said, I'm going to go with that one. That was the best one because she explained it all. And then she had this analogy that she used. So I let her use, I picked that one. But it's you know, we're going to let Jamal go on this first because I feel like, you know, he's a Pan-African, you know. Okay. So I want him to tell us how he feels about this, knowing that they've been asking us to come back. Our visas are free. Come on back and invest in Africa. Come on back. And a lot of people want to do it. But if you got to go through all these headaches, if they don't want you to come over there and invest and live and build a business, then what is it that they want us for? Jamal? Mm-hmm.
Well, I gotta go and say that's her experience. Other people have a different experience. Geechee Kunda, which is our museum in Riceboro, Georgia, Jim and Pat Bacot, had factories in the schools in Burkina Faso. And so folks would come from Burkina Faso and they would come here. And so that has what their experience. And like I said, and Jim had a business, an import-export business that, again, from Africa to Europe to the United States also. So that's why I'm like, again, I'm not going to knock her experience with the God. That's what she personally went through. But then I'm going to say this. She's making it seem like it's just her as an African-American. I got to go and say, and just like one of the things I said, like when I was listening to Charlie Brown, who was right, and that, again, Lorraine Bowles and other people, and what y'all said, that we are not educated in general. I don't care how much money you got. If you ain't know voting was going on, then that tells me that you ain't in. Jamal Touré, if you say you ain't know voting was going on, then I know you got your head in the sand like an ostrich. So you really ain't in tune. So some of the stuff that you say is kind of ridiculous when you say that. So now y'all probably saying, why you saying something like that? Because Mr. Alate, who was the wealthiest man, the billionaire on the African continent, he said recently, because right now in Rwanda, they have an African Economic Summit going on. And he said to President Gagali 2 days ago, he said, why must I have 35 visas? He said, I had 35 visas. He said, I shouldn't have to go through that. So, and he's the richest man on the African continent saying that. But then other people then look at that and they assess it. They say, and that's the dimensions that we got to go through and fight for. Because again, you go and say, you got people who've been colonized. The same man that bit me, bit them too, the same dog. And so I'm going to say, any of them say that stuff, Roger Fortson is what I say. Roger Fortson. You going to tell me that right there? I'm like saying, yo, Roger Fortson. Who was Roger Fortson? Because some of them probably know he in his house FaceTiming his girlfriend and he gets shot. An airman, a patriot. But then also for her to even use that device, what she's using. So that's why I'm like saying to myself, she's using this device right here, and you got captivity of African children in Congo right now. 40,000 people, 20,000 people ain't saying nothing about none of that. That's why I'm like, when I talk about that stuff about that greed factor, that's what I see, because you're so selfish. You're just thinking about you. Guess what? When you look at it totally, you like look and say, listen here, are there Africans that go and do wrong stuff to Black American, African Americans? Yes. Are there African Americans that do wrong stuff to Africans? Yes, because there's somebody right now, and just this weekend, not this week, on Monday, somebody said to me, they asked me about Obama. They said, yeah, Obama's in Gambia, and here you go, Obama, who left from here, from Sandersville, Georgia, who graduated from SCAD, who was right here. He's right there in the Gambia making stuff happen. You got Kasima, you got all these people that I know right here who making stuff happen. So again, I'm not knocking her experience, but when we make it seem like that's the totality of it all, and then I say, and ain't nobody. How many of y'all talking about the silent Holocaust going on in the Congo right now, and also in the Sudan and in Ethiopia, and just are we talking about that? You see the conditions. That's why I post certain things myself. I'm not directing this to Julius Hall, but I'm saying to you all out there, and none of y'all saying nothing about the Congo, and y'all got your smart devices. People in the Congo saying, do not buy those new iPhones. They say, get refurbished stuff. So, and then in the Sudan, you got children, grandchildren, excuse me, I'll back up. You got grandparents and parents saying, my children are eating leaves and balls of sand, of clay. And so guess what? How many of us talking about that? Instead, we talking about the Met Gala and all that other stuff like that. We talking about basketball games. We talking about, probably getting hot hair did and all that. So I just throw that on out there. So all of us got issues, and that's why we got to come together. But when you don't come together, you be constantly out there hating, despising, and you doing all the sinister stuff. I'm just throwing it out there.
Gotcha.
Mr. Cozy.
Ooh, that was a lot to digest. I agree. I saw that video a week or so ago, and this came to me. I think sometimes some of them are punishing us. I've been to Ethiopia, and I went with majority white group, maybe 10 of us. And I did notice how they treated me differently. On one hand, they were great. The other hand, they did expect more from me. You know what I mean? Instead of $1 or $2, they want the $5 American. So I don't know. Do you think that's a stretch, that some of them are jealous and it's kind of like a dig at us to want to charge us more or challenge us, if you will?
Well, I think it's probably a combination of all of that, because they see that we have our money is more worth more than theirs. So when we come over there, $100 of our money might be worth 300 of theirs
or more.
So they think that they can demand more from us because we're the foreigners now.
Right.
We're in their country. We're trying to adjust. And yeah, it's wrong. it is absolutely wrong. It was more wrong than Jamon agreeing with Charlie tonight. And
I'll leave that alone.
So
my name is Bennett.
Yeah, so but I saw that and I, like I said, it was like 4 of them, 4 different people, 4 or 5 different people having the same problem. And they said, "What's up? I'm leaving here." One lady said, "Hey, I'm packing it up. I'm gone. These people don't want us here."
Yep.
You know, and you know, so I just picked one of them. I should have got 2 or 3 of them, but yeah, y'all. I like I said, it's confusing as to what they want. You know, wants to come there and build a business, and wants to come there and build up the infrastructure and change things there, which we should. You know, that is our homeland, but it's not our country anymore. But it is our homeland. You know, so that's the whole thing that I got with it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna. Is it time for another commercial?
It was time for a commercial like 5 hours ago. But you were so busy doing digs at my brother Charlie Brown.
You know, I don't know what Charlie paying you. What he paying you? But we gonna go to this commercial.
Come out to Port Wentworth on June 21st and celebrate Juneteenth with us. Bring the kids, your family, and your friends and enjoy a day of entertainment, history, culture, and fun. Don't forget, the Port Wentworth Juneteenth Festival is June 21st in Port Wentworth.
What'd you pull me over for?
I was just curious. I saw you behind me. I couldn't
You
tell what
turned
you
your
had.
emergency lights on and pulled me over because you were curious? Yeah, I didn't commit any violation or crime. You can't run my ID.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Do you need it for anything else? 'Cause
Don't stop people unlawfully. Honor your oath.
you're on your way, sir.
Honor your oath.
You're on your way.
You're on your way. What do you think it is?
Why don't you pay attention to the road?
Why don't you stop talking to me?
A few moments later.
You guys aren't pulling over any other cars. Unlock the car. We're gonna break the window. This is your last chance. I guess you're gonna have to do that. I want you guys to violate my rights and do all this, get it on camera, so I can sue you. This doesn't need to happen, man. It doesn't need to happen. You guys don't need to search me. I'm about to go pick my son. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I'm not on paperwork or parole. I'm not doing anything wrong.
So these are two different news stories, both out of Florida, that show just how different the immigration system treats people of color versus white people. Let's start with Peter Sean Brown. He was arrested in Monroe County for violating his probation. Okay, he served his time, he cleared that up, but then he was transferred to an ICE facility to be deported to Jamaica. The problem is, Peter was born in Philadelphia. He is a U.S. citizen, and he tried to tell that to the Monroe sheriff, and they ignored him. The jailers who were holding him kept making fun of him, talking to him in a Jamaican accent, and every time he said, "I'm from Philadelphia," they would sing the theme song to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It wasn't until he was transferred to an ICE facility that one of the ICE agents actually believed him, got somebody to fax over his birth certificate, and then released him. He was days away from being deported to Jamaica, a place he had only been to once on a cruise. And now we turn to Exhibit White, Jimmy Class. This dude thought his whole life he was actually a U.S. citizen, but turns out no, he's actually a Canadian citizen, and he just believed he was a U.S. citizen. He was able to work, join the army. He even voted for Trump, so he voted illegally. This guy should be deported, but no, he's still sitting in Florida just thinking about, should I move back to Canada or not? And to anyone who doesn't believe that those anti-immigrant laws that give police officers the power to stop, detain, and deport anyone isn't going to lead to racial profiling and isn't going to lead to U.S. citizens being deported, here's proof that it's going to lead right to that. Peter is out, and he is going to sue the sheriff of Monroe County, Rick Ramsey. And look, I hope Peter takes this fucking county for everything it's got. But you know what? I hate that this is actually going to come out of taxpayer money and not come out of like his retirement plan or his benefits. He made the mistake. He should fucking pay for it.
Number one golfer in America was stopped early this morning because he was on the way to a PGA tour. He did not listen to the police. He ran his car past the police, threatening the physical body of police officers. And you're not going to believe what they did. They arrested him. They fingerprinted him. They took his mugshot. But by 10 o'clock, they released him to play golf. Something is wrong in America. If in fact you have respect as a golfer, but you don't have a respect for an Air Force person who has given their life to this nation, you cannot remain silent in the face of injustice. Roger, ladies and gentlemen, was killed in cold blood. And all over the nation, people have been asking, is Roger's dog all right? But they're not asking, is his mama all right? Not asking, is his little brother all right? Not asking, is Harmony all right? Not asking, is his father all right? And I came to tell America, we ain't all right. This is not right, what has happened on today.
All right, y'all got 3 videos on the racial system in Savannah. I mean, not in Savannah, in the country, in America. In America, it is terrible because, see, most people put blinders on. And the reason that they treat us so different is because they know that we're not united. I mean, you could say whatever you want to say. The reason that they treat us so different is because not just because they don't respect us, is because they know that we're not united. They know that they can do anything and get away with it. And because we're not going to come in force.
No.
The only thing power understands is a bigger power. The only thing power understands is an equal power. That's the only thing it understands.
Money and blood.
And if we're going to come in force, with the numbers, They say, oh, they just playing. There's no respect. What say y'all?
Jamal?
Is you cozy? Because somebody want to know why you call cozy anyway. So is you cozy?
Does that person have a name? Or is it just generic? Because no, sometimes they can get away with not using their name. I don't address those. Anywho, not only can they get away with it, not only are we not unified, they know that the majority of us are rooted in religion. I'm not even going to say spirituality. I'm going to be honest and say religion. And there's that 7 times 70 thing. And we do tend to forgive very easily. You do that to Koreans. You do that to any Asian, any Hispanic, any other colored group. They move as a country. They move as land. You mess with one, you mess with all. My Jewish brothers and sisters too. Us, kill on Monday, forgive on Tuesday, rinse and repeat, starts again on Monday. Why should they take us seriously?
That's right.
Back to you, Jamal, in the station.
You're not the person in charge. Julius Hall is the one. You don't go and tell me it's Julius Hall. He's the chief host on this show. He's one guy. That's why Charlie was saying what he was saying. So now I got to come at you too. But anyway, that's right. That's right. That's right. Go. Get on. I invited you, told you, come on, you're going to act like this with me. Yeah.
I love you.
This is a classic statement. That's why I say that on the one hand, we can criticize stuff and we talk about how, awful the other places are, but bam, look at where you are. And so I'm just use this thing. I use this thing. I tell people that women are a thermometer for any society. I said any
Correct.
society, women are a thermometer.
Absolutely.
And so then I ask you a question. I say, so what is the condition of women in this society? Then they say, well, it's better than over in Afghanistan. So I said, I ain't asked about Afghanistan. I'm talking about right here.
Right.
And then when they started going, well, such. I said, yeah, women are oppressed. And I said, guess what? If women are oppressed, that means society is oppressive to everybody.
Right.
And so that's why I'm just throwing it out there. Guess what? This is that type of oppression, this stuff. And then Julius, there was another video that I had saw, and not even the videos that you had just posted, where a brother is like in a driveway on a motorcycle. He got his hands up. This cop comes up on the brother in the driveway. Another brother is on his porch filming it. The cop says he interfering. Again, the brother in the driveway, other brother on his porch, on his own porch, he's videotaping, and the cop says that the brother's interfering in the arrest and come at the brother. She tells the brother he can't even film what's going on in his own porch, and look what's happening in his own driveway. And bam, everything goes down, and next thing you know, the telephone, the screen, the video is just like bam, out. The phone. Yeah. So this is welcome to America, and people are going to try to tell us that race ain't mattering. Race is mattering. Black lives still matter. Black people still matter.
But then we have the TikToks and the other social medias that show us popping and popping and popping and shooting and shooting and shooting. You could just turn on the news, which I don't watch. But I hear things that this one got killed, that one got killed, these young men doing this, that, and the third. People see that on TV and they go, well, hell, if they're killing themselves, what do we care if other people are doing it? If they don't respect themselves, why should we? I'm not saying I agree with that narrative, but we have to look at that.
And what I think going to say, I say, guess who kills Caucasian? Who Caucasians kill Caucasians?
Yes, they do.
Latinos kill Latinos. Indians kill Indians. Asians
kill proximity.
But then what the deal is, there's got to be a group of people that you always got to try to dehumanize. And see, because when you dehumanize them, that makes it easy to oppress them. So when Julie's saying what he's saying, that this is what it comes down to. It's easy to oppress them because again, we dehumanize them. And just like when you say in that video, say, look at this one brother from Philly saying, listen, hey, I am not from Jamaica. And you know, and nobody believes, but then you got this Caucasian that they give carte blanche to. And that's why I tell most, we should never be ever afraid to go and talk about race, because race is relevant. Because when you stop talking about race, then they're going to dehumanize you even more. You can only imagine the most atrocious things that they do to you if you don't bring it up.
Well, on the first video, it shows you how they treat other people other than black people. On the second video, they shows you that with their authority, they think that they can do anything, even shipping that man to Jamaica where he's not from and he was born in Philadelphia. You didn't do the due diligence to check it. And if you did, then it was an act of superiority that you felt like you're going to teach this ninja a lesson and going to ship him to immigration and going to ship him out of the country. And it's just crazy how they do it. And then in the third video, you saw white privilege, where a golfer can get arrested and then be let out to play golf, but they wouldn't let a basketball play out. They wouldn't let a football play out. He threatened to do harm to a police officer. See, and that's what I try to tell people with this new system coming in. And if you're all going to sit home and not vote and not be engaged and involved, and you're going to let Trump get another term, it's going to get much worse for all of us. But that's what we need. And I'm just here to tell you.
In order for us to unite, we need the worst to happen to us.
It needs to get bad.
Yep.
You know, some people, you know, you're so comfortable and you're so cozy that you just don't want to change. You don't want to be involved. You don't want to agitate anything because you feel like something's going to happen to you. No, what's going to happen to you is a lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to get hurt because we are not engaged to the level that we need to be. We are the only race on this planet that is not united, the only race. Everybody else is together.
That's by design.
We're not together at all. We let anything happen to any of us. Look at it right now. How many black churches and pastors do you see advocating in the streets? Don't go nowhere, Jamal. Bring your butt on back.
Come back.
How many people? They are supposed to be out there educating the people and letting them know that, you know, it's a threat, and this threat is imminent, and that it's coming.
They better not.
You need to get engaged. You don't see the pastors doing nothing.
They better not. If they want that 501c3,
they don't need a 501c3. They could just write off the gas. They can write off the utilities. They can write off.
They better not.
But the people tell them they need a 501c3 because they don't want to do the paperwork. If they do the paperwork, they can write off everything they spend in the church and get the same benefits. They just don't want to do the paperwork. But the thing is this: our church and our pastors, our leaders are failing us. And you got a new group of people coming up, and those are the people that will probably have to bring us out of this condition, along with programs and platforms like what we do here at Our Black Media. We're the only ones in this whole county giving out any type of the information to anybody. Where you see the information that we're giving out everything from healthcare to sports to news to politics to financial information. We're giving it all. Comedy, we do it all here, you know, but the people are so ingrained in thinking that I'm not going to help that black man make it. I'm going to let him fail. And that's the way they think. You know, it's jealousy. They've instilled that into us.
Yes, absolutely, by design.
Yeah. You know, over the last 50 years, it took a while for them to do it. Now it took 40, 50, 50, 60 years for them to
They
do it.
perfected it though.
They have broken us up and have chewed and spit us out.
Yeah. Well, we don't trust one another.
And we do the work for them now. And it's evident. Look around the black majority governments and see whether the people around them have they start building up the marginalized communities. No. The underserved communities. No.
Nope.
They have not done anything. And so once they elect those people, they stay in place and they do what the establishment has already been doing. Anybody got any thoughts before we go to our last subject?
I do, but I'll wait to see if Jamal has a statement on this topic.
I've already talked.
Yeah, he did.
Do you poop out at parties?
Yes.
Y'all remember that?
Yes.
Guess what? I got something for you. I don't know what you're saying. I can't see. I can't see what you're saying.
You unmuted.
I know sign language, honey, bunny.
I don't know it.
Anyway, I wanted to say, and this is not a dig on Van. It truly is not. When I first came in 2021, I went to a tax sale. And the majority of the people on the lists, Jones, Johnson, Thompson, blacks, whites, deceased, unfound, unknown, blah, 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 blah. The majority of the people standing on the grass did not look like us. They didn't look anything like the names that you saw on 6 or 7 sheets of homes that were up for sale. When I learned the mayor was black and the majority of the council was black, I couldn't believe it. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? How we're talking about being united and all of that. That's simple math. All of these properties about to be sold. You brown, how come the people on the grass don't reflect the city government? Just a question. Julius?
I was answering a councilman sent me a question, and I was answering the question. Now, what was the question? Did you ask me a question?
Yes. Jamal, did anything I said make sense? Did it relate to unity
I
at
think
all?
that you can answer the question. You already know the answer to the question.
Yeah,
What you think? So now you go ahead and state the answer to the question. State your answer to the question, and then if we see that it might be some more to it, we'll add some more to it. I want you to know. I want you, because since you talk about you came here, I want you to give the answer. I want you to give the answer to the question that you posed.
It goes back to what we're talking about, not being united, disjointed. When we talk, mentioned about the pastors, the leaders, and I said they better not. There's only so much they can do with the government, with the golden handcuffs on them. So I say that about this city government and Van. Again, I don't know any of them. I'm just from the outside looking in. Where are the people is the city 65% black? That's what I heard.
53%.
This is 54.
Yeah. Okay. Even still, there was not 54% of brown people represented that day. That's my only point. I think I answered the question.
So where are you from?
I am from New Jersey.
Where in New Jersey? That's all. Yeah.
Bergen County.
All right.
How far is that from Patterson?
About 10 miles. In the opposite direction is New York City, which is about 10 or 12 miles as well.
Yeah, I
So
went
if
to
you're
school.
coming up 95, you almost have to go through.
I went to school at in New Jersey. I went to school. They made the movie about Lean on Me.
You did?
Yeah,
I thought you were from here, born and raised.
I am. But my mom took us for 2 or 3 years up north.
East side.
And I went straight on to East Side High School.
Did you come out of there? Did you graduate there?
No, I came back to the greatest school in the world.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
So you're saying you are pretty? I'm shaping it like this. So you were stunned to see Caucasians and Asians and other people right there now about to try to gobbling up that property. I'll go and say, guess what? This alarm was set off back in the 1990s also. This alarm was set in a place called Detroit. And I tell folks just like this, guess what? Detroit was made to intentionally look bad across the entire country. And I said, you know why why the media made Detroit look bad? Because that meant that, bam, prices go down. They're able now to acquire property. But guess what? That's just saying Detroit. That's Patterson. That's Jersey City. That's Hoboken. That's New York. That's Philly. That's Trenton. That's Los Angeles. And so what the deal is, again, it comes down, my thing always it's about education. It's about you being educated, being informed. And I'm talking to the audience out there that we don't fight. I can look at some stuff, but guess what? I don't have to buy into it when I already got a foundation. And that foundation gives me the information. Then that's what, but also, why is it important for me to know some of the idiocy, some of the stupidness, so that now I know how to dress it when I come up on it. And so, just like you say you saw it, I'm not saying you already know what the answer is, and that you got elected officials who look like the majority of the people in the city, and also look like nearly half the people that in the county. They look like them, but then do they function for them? And that's why my thing is simple: is that it does not matter about titles or positions, because guess what? People still have self-hatred issues, and that's why it goes right back to when we talk about Africa, the Caribbean. Around the country, you got to understand. Julius said something that this has been a century. I'm just throwing. This has been a century old diabolical plan methodology that's been used on African people. That's why you got black folks that don't want to identify with black folks. It's self-hatred. It doesn't. See, we want to talk about Pookie, JoJo, Lin. When that's also somebody, I just throw it out there. That's a Sammy Sosa. That could be, that could be a Puff Daddy, a Diddy. That again, so but people gonna hold them up and say, oh, they got billions of dollars, yes, but that don't mean that they don't have self-hatred issues. And just because they might do some things that are beneficial, but look at the other stuff when you disrespect your own type. When you love yourself, now I tell you, when you look in the mirror and you love yourself in the morning, guess what? You love the people around you who look like you. And that's when you make sure they're taken care of. But when you don't love yourself, guess what? You have no problem causing harm and doing mischievous things to people and trying to destroy them. That's what occurs. And so that's why we must break away from that. We must stop being taught by the mosquitoes and understand the elephants must teach the elephants.
Correct.
Awesome. We're gonna get our last 2 videos. So I know y'all, these is 5 minutes long, and we're gonna get these 2 videos out the way, and then we're gonna have a 10-minute discussion before we go. All right.
What I'm talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order, Mr. Chairman.
That's beneath
would
even
you
order
please regain
beneath
order
even
of your
you.
committee. Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay? Okay. Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she should apologize. No.
Okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
You're
not
retracting.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the minority.
Pretty self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not.
out of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd
the.
like to
I move to
strike
strike the
those
lady's
words as
words.
well.
Move to
I would
strike
like to
the
as
lady's
well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct parliament. Ms. Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
I'm
parliament.
trying to find clarification on what qualifies.
Chairman, motion to
I
strike
have no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just
You just voted to do
Y'all did
it.
it first, so you
You
don't
just
want to talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like to
y'all
get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games?
Crockett.
I can't hear you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
Calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can
no,
you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if
Look,
I
Chairman,
come
can we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a
Mr.
problem.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair.
like-
Called her racist,
Yeah.
Congresswoman Green. I want to understand your perspective of this. Do you think her going after your eyelashes, that in itself is racist?
I think her specifically doing it to me, yes, that was the intent. As has been stated, women wear makeup, we wear lashes, we wear all types of things to beautify ourselves. But MAGA has historically been on social media doing the things where they're saying, oh, she's black with lashes and nails and hair, and so she's ghetto. And so to me, this was her buying into that rhetoric and trying to amplify this for the MAGA crowd. And so, yeah, I absolutely think that she only did it to be racist towards me.
Oh, it's tough to say, but you've really embraced what you said. You're printing it on swag. I think we have an image of the shirt here that you're selling to help raise money to elect Democrats. How would you respond to say it's inappropriate to respond to an attack on somebody's physical appearance? And you hear Congresswoman AOC say, you shouldn't be attacking somebody's physical appearance, but then you did the same thing. You attacked her physical appearance.
So to be clear, what I asked for was clarification on the ruling. If her words were taken down, that meant that she was going to have to leave the committee for the evening, which actually would have helped everybody out because the source of the chaos is always Marjorie Taylor Greene. But the chairman was concerned about his votes. He was concerned about whether or not he would be able to move forward with contempt. And so therefore—
It's contempt of the, they were the—
Of Merrick Garland.
For the Attorney General Garland.
Absolutely. So therefore, I'm like, what are we doing? So what are the parameters? And I generally wanted to know. So I did not state anything to her. I specifically asked a question, and I didn't even mention her name.
Mhm.
And so it was for clarification, and that's what I asked for. And he obviously didn't hear me.
Okay, yeah, and I hear that, but she went after your appearance, and then
Yeah.
you went back at her 1,000-fold.
I did in a very lawyerly way.
But obviously she started it. I'm not disputing that. But
Yeah.
do you regret that at all?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't. Because here's the thing. I signed up to be a member of Congress. That didn't mean that I was supposed to walk into a position where I'm going to walk in and be disrespected. It's already a hostile work environment being there, and we do have rules. The problem with MAGA is that MAGA does not respect rules, nor do they respect the law. That is exactly why they're all running up to Trump's trial, because he's in trouble not because of some big conspiracy by the Biden administration. He's in trouble because he fails to respect the law. The reason that the Supreme Court right now is debating whether or not Trump can commit crimes or any president can commit crimes and then be let off is because they have no respect for law. The party of law and order is gone at this point in time.
The girl is awesome. She's a rising star in the Democratic Party. And I've been a fan since she first got in office. She I done like how Jake Tapper asked her whether she regret what she said. Hell, did you ask Margaret Taylor, did she regret what she said? Hell, you asking her that for? Hell no, she said it. She's a lawyer. She understood what she was doing. She told you, I did it in a lawyerly way, you know, as to not call anybody name. But I asked the question, but my point got across, and it's nothing you can do about it because I'm within the rules. So why should I apologize? You know, and you know, Margaret Taylor Greene is just getting away with murder. These Republican and people need to see this because see, this is what it's coming to. When you let Trump in, they're gonna unleash this damn pit bull right here to do whatever she wants to do. Y'all think they're doing it like first they were doing it undercover. Now they came out where you could see them. And when Trump get in office, they ain't gonna give a damn what you see or what you think. It's all straightforward. Then they don't care about nothing, you know, and that's the way it's gonna be. What say y'all?
Cozy.
Honestly, I was a little disappointed. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene was wrong. I get that 100%. I was a little disappointed, much like the young lady in Atlanta. To me, straight out of Love and Hip Hop. That's not the image I want my grandbaby to see and how we solve a problem.
Yeah, but hold on. I understand what you're saying. I don't want to cut you off, but we can't keep thinking that tact and decorum is going to get us anywhere. What your granddaughter needs to see is that there's got to be a damn fight in us where there is none right now. Correct. There is no fight in us. The only way that we're going to become united, we need people like Jasmine Crockett elected. Because when we get the sellouts that's not going to say anything, then the people think that you're complicit with what they're doing to you. You don't care what they're doing to you. But the girl is speaking up. And we can't say that Fannie Willis ain't doing what she's supposed to do. They put her under the spotlight because she's black.
Right.
The other people are doing it also. Yeah, she might have misused, but she didn't break any laws.
No.
She might have done something ethically wrong. But we can't keep telling our sisters and our lawmakers and our leaders that they need to have tact and decorum. Damn tact and decorum. Tact and decorum needs to go out the door. We need you to fight for us. That's why we elected you.
I agree with you.
If you ain't fighting for me, hell, we might as well all just go lay down and let them do whatever they do. They might as well put the ships at the docks and let's start shipping our ass back to Africa so we can be foreigners over there.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Nope.
But that's how I feel.
See how unfair you are, Charlie Brown. You muted Charlie Brown, but you didn't. I should have muted you.
He didn't keep speaking. Charlie kept speaking. It wasn't his turn. I'm sorry, but if you wanted to finish, but I wanted to make sure that I know you were saying that you had a problem with Fonnie and then with her. But it comes back to tact and decorum, and we're used to people doing it a certain way, and you want your grandchild to see that there is no other way, especially with Trump coming. We got to either fight or die.
That's what it's basically going to come down to. Yeah. They're preparing for the RAHOWA. Y'all familiar with that?
The RAHOWA?
RAHOWA, RAHOWA, Racial Holy War. They're just waiting. And I'm just, never mind. I'm going to land right there.
Jamal?
You know, people are going to talk about the decorum and other things like that. So I'm just throw it out there. Preston Brooks was a U.S. Congressman. Preston Brooks did not like Charles Sumner. Charles Sumner was a U.S. Senator. Preston Brooks decided to take his cane and beat Charles Sumner down. Preston Brooks was from a state called South Carolina. Charles Sumner is from the state of Massachusetts. Charles Sumner was an abolitionist U.S. senator who wanted black folks to have freedom, wanted them to have their freedom. A Republican. Preston Brooks was a Democrat from Charleston, South Carolina. So he did not like the fact that these Republicans led by Charles Sumner are how they were trained. So it was the caning of Charles Sumner. So when we go and talk about this stuff that, like Congress, such and such, so that's why I say something. That's why I keep saying, when you got this information, when you be looking at this and you see the hypocrisy. So that's why my job is to go and spit out the hypocrisy of these people. Yes, what she said was absolutely correct, because if you don't do it, it comes down to them feeling emboldened and emblazoned to be able to do that. That's what they know, that folks won't go and say anything because again, we're concerned about this air respectability. Guess what? The air respectability has still caused black folks to die. You can be obedient to law enforcement. You can be obedient to everyone else. You can comply, and they still go and lynch you.
Yes.
Here go black men who were veterans who now get beaten.
Yes.
Now get discriminated against. Black women who are veterans still get discriminated against, still get beaten. And so we're going to play this game and act like, so whatever circles we're in. And so that's why they do that, because what they're looking at, they know y'all are not going to say anything and not going to fight back or retaliate.
And Jamal,
I'm talking right now. So
I think you said I was the boss.
So but not when but I'm following your rule. The person is talking. I'm following your rule because you taught me well.
I was just trying to bring something to your attention.
Okay, yes,
that
sir.
When they took her words out, Marjorie Taylor Greene's words out, she insulted somebody. So her words were stricken. She had to leave the chamber.
Right.
The rest of the day. They did not make her do it. So that means that this young lady is seeing you're not respecting the rules. You're not respecting me. Right. You're trying to so you're not respecting the law. So I got to say something. She stood up for herself. And that's what we got to look at. This woman stood up for herself. We can't, attacking decorum is out the door. We don't care nothing about no damn attacking decorum no more. Do what you got to do because we elected you to fight for us.
And actually, that's how oppressed people think. I'm saying that's the psychology of oppressed people. Oppressed people come with all the excuses about tact, decorum, others, and why not to do something, thinking like that gets you by. No, it does not.
Yeah.
It doesn't get you by. That all it does is just aids and abet with regards to you probably losing your life, and losing your rights with regards to that. So no, you must stand up. This nation was founded on the principle of standing up and speaking out. That's why I'm like, that's the American way. I say, as a patriot, I tell anybody, I'm a real patriot because I understand the freedom of speech. I understand exercising my rights. And so when I say some of this right here, I have a right to say that. It's those of you that just like this sit silent in the face of hatred. Because guess what? Your founding fathers did not stand down and sit down in the face of all of that. And so you're going to try to tell me, but no, you know why you do it? Because you are the oppressor. You want the oppressor to think like that. Because that's why you can shoot down my family member and then put a mic in my face. And then I go and say, I forgive you. You know why that happened? Because of oppression. Because you had no power back then, you should have no recourse. But that's why. So they tell you, believe in God, believe in Jesus. Will tell you want you to do that. No, it's not. So, but here go a Caucasian man. You kill his daughter. He said, I ain't forgiving nobody. I'm not about to forgive him. And I gonna say, He's absolutely right, because he respects his humanity.
Correct. First,
you go along with that. Don't agree with me. Guess what? You don't respect your humanity. You don't respect the humanity of other people. You allow people to be oppressed. You allow the children in Congo to feel the condition that they're in, the children in Sudan, the children in Haiti, children in Ethiopia, and the children here in Savannah and in Atlanta and all across this entire country. But y'all got money and y'all got glamour and y'all got glitz. But then guess what? You still oppressed and your ass will be lynched.
That's right. And those are our final words for the night.
Even if you speak up, you'll be lynched. So you're damned if you do, we're damned if we don't.
Yeah, but
if we don't.
Speaking up, I'd rather speak up and than not speak up and still be lynched. You're gonna hear what I had to say. I'm going down fighting, and that's just the way it is. You got to stand for. Yeah, you got to stand for something. You know, you got to. But anyway, that's our show. We don't have time for our closing thoughts tonight because I got to try to stay under 2 minutes. 2 hours. We're a little over it right now, and we're gonna tomorrow. Don't forget, you got Taking the Journey Together and Ebony Sports Reporters, 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And y'all tune in and watch. Cozy, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen. And, I enjoyed my time.
We're sorry about the altercation today, but that happens on the Rabble. The Rabble means that we are an unruly group of people. We don't agree on everything, and we're not supposed to. We're going to tell you how we feel, and that's the way it is. Some people are not going to agree with it, and some people are. Jamar and Charlie, they're brothers, you know. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Thank you.
See where you go. Good night, everybody. And we love you. We'll see you later. Share.
Bye.
I like that.